Christelle was pushing her 3-year-old son in a buggy in North London when she became victim of what is a growing problem, a seemingly motiveless stabbing by a young teenager.
He said, "Give me your phone." And I said, "No." And then he just reached around to the back of my leg, my left thigh, and just stabbed me in the back of it. So quick. Didn't see it coming, didn't see a knife, didn't see anything. It was just I was completely stunned. I've done first aid training, I work in a nursery, so I've always sort of left there thinking, oh, I haven't learned anything, I don't know, will I ever remember this? And they've always assured me that, you know, it comes back to you, and it was, you know, I was like, right, I've been stabbed. I had no idea how bad it was, but I knew straight away, pressure, you know, I don't want to bleed out here, you know, in front of my son.
Yeah. So he looked like a kid, basically.
Looked like a kid.
Did he steal anything?
No.
What do you think the motivation was?
It just didn't feel like a robbery.
Yeah.
It felt to me like the goal was to stab me. Why? I don't know. You know, gang initiation, you hear a lot about that.
Last month, Sky News reported on gangs singing about point-scoring systems for stabbing.
My boss is scoring points at number 23.
And there have been reports of young people committing knife attacks as an initiation process, often stabbing victims in the upper leg. The individual story of a mother with her child being stabbed on a residential street like this for no apparent reason by a child does sound shocking, but it's becoming ever more common. 41% of stabbings in London were conducted by 15-year-olds to 19-year-olds and 8% by 10-year-olds to 14-year-olds. So that's around half of all knife crime offences committed by people who are either teenagers or younger still. It happened in broad daylight and could easily have been fatal. Christelle's husband says his wife's attacker needs to think of the consequences, and society needs to wake up to the problem.
Socially, we've become completely desensitised to it, right? You know, we're completely desensitised, and assuming that it's just gang on gang violence. The fact is, and if anything comes out of this whole process, it's not. It's not. It's happening everywhere. It's crisis. It's a crisis and it needs to be addressed as a crisis.
What's your message to those young people?
Just it's a bad choice. You've made me feel anxious about leaving my own home. I'm from this area. I grew up here. I've never felt anxious in Islington ever. So, just a bad choice.
The suspect is described as a black male, 5'3", aged 14 to 16. There have been no arrests so far. Jason Farrell, Sky News.